All right, man. Let's talk about if he or she or your significant other, whoever you date, run to the internet talking about your relationship, it should be over. Let's talk about that. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next to my subscribe button and my bell icon and my old headphones. It's time to upgrade these boys though, but they still work good. But nonetheless, I think it should be over with. But you gotta learn lay that ground rule up front. Like I was just talking to somebody, bro, and I just told her up front, like I don't really do the internet shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to keep things close, and that's the things you gotta put in there. You gotta lay up parameters or your borders, your guidelines down. I tell them like I really don't do the internet thing, um, posting a relationship on the internet or whatever. You just to me, you just inviting people into the relationship. I mean, you can take it a step further, which I'm not gonna really speak on it. Um, you can even get to the point we're talking about how we're not going to tell our families when we have problems um, in our relationship. We're gonna keep it internal. Go tell your friend if you gotta go get a therapist. Cause start when you start inviting people, you start putting problems out there to people, your family and friends won't forgive him or her. They're more likely to forget. But even her, you know what I'm saying? They hold that shit against them. So they less likely to forgive either or. And now you still want to see this person. You wonder why he don't want to come to the family get together, or she don't want to come to the family get together. You made them feel uncomfortable. Well, he did this and he did that, and he needs to do this, and his house be dirty, or he spent his last money on this. I had to lend him, or I had to do this for her, and she a the mama, and she don't feed the babies when it's time. And you start doing that, you will forgive them because you have some type of love and affection towards them, but your family won't. But that's a whole different conversation, right? But I just feel it was that interview that lady on TikTok that talking about how her boyfriend was broke. She did a follow up. I seen on Anton Daniels' channel. I might follow it. And he broke up with her, and he was 40 and she was 30. And like I said, it's always things they live out. He invited her over to the crib. He was taking her to Pound Town. Like I told y'all, when she said he has a nice personality, you have to learn how to decipher the words she's saying. He was hitting that bottom. When a woman, and she says he paid his credit card bills, paid his mortgage, paid his electric bill a couple times, and people around the way know who he is, so you embarrass them. And that's one of the things. Don't get on the internet embarrassing your significant other. Don't embarrass them publicly anyway. But on the internet, it's there forever. It's there forever. And that was a boss move by him by cutting her ass off. You know, and she just was a cut buddy that he just probably found convenient. She had some bread, spent some bread on him. And he just kept her around. So he never paid me back, and now you out of a guy. Now you got to hit that strip again. And I bet a couple months later, if she can't find nothing, nobody that was doing her like he was, and he called back, she gonna come back running, guaranteed. That's what they was. They was just cuddy buddies, and she tried to get out the cuddy buddy tier. But I laid out the rip. You do that, man, it's over with. You know, you do that, it's over. You got to ask. They got OnlyFans and all that shit now. How do you do that? It's over with. It ain't even no. It ain't no second chances. You go to the internet, dogging me out, talking about our relationship, putting our stuff out there. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You know, because when you keep your relationship off the internet, what I'm saying. Excuse me. It's going to be. It's in y'all keep it within y'all parameters, within y'all family and bubble. It's gonna be that much more significant. Once you post a girl, or you post your name. Once you let people know you with somebody, niggas get to hating on you. I remember I was in a relationship and chick I was talking to was running her mouth to a girl, her coworker, whatever, right? Long story short, I ended up at a party with the coworker, whatever. Uh, and she tried to get on. Her and her auntie was trying to get on. I was like, hell no. These women, I'm trying to tell you, these women, the women are more vicious than the dudes. The dudes are dirty mac the hell out of you, but women dirty mac too. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about that, dog. I'm gonna speak on that. Yeah, I'm gonna speak on that. Women dirty mac too. The sisterhood is not, and I did a video on this. Is not that I won't take a nigga man. They will. Everything you told her and she started hating and all that, same thing with dude. Oh man, I don't like her. Oh, Keisha get on my nerve. Next thing you know, he's smashing Keisha. Next thing you know, she's smashing Todd. All that shit. You know? But it just, looking at the dynamics of it, just keep it off the internet. Just keep it off the internet. Just keep it off the internet. Don't go air your problems out here, air your problems out there. Because when you start speaking things into existence, you invite trouble into that relationship. And it's hard for women to keep their mouth shut. It's hard. If you got a woman who keep her mouth shut, good for you. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's handle this thing internally. Let's figure it out internally. But that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. I see so many people getting on talking about dates and keeping people anonymous, and I get hear so many people doing that, bro. So many. The guys don't do it as much, but women do it. Like, just don't do it. Even after the breakup, yeah, don't do it. Just learn to keep your mouth shut. And if you got a woman that can keep her mouth shut and follow directions, you good. You're very good, and that's what you want to do before you give out any serious title to a woman. You want to give her directions. This is what I expect. This is what I need you to do. And then you gotta test her temper too. Sometimes you gotta get on her nerves to see what she really like. See if she can handle handle the grind or whatever. You gotta test women. Sometimes you gotta send your little homie at her while she out and about and see if she'll backdoor you. A lot of these dudes be just assuming that these women solid. And maybe the same thing with women too. You assume because he good to you, or or she good to you, she's solid. No, you gotta test these women. I used to live 2 doors down from a dude who sold weed in his mama house he owned. He stayed there and smoked, grew weed there, and wasn't nothing but weed plants in there. How we found out, he started bringing this one girl to the crib. He even had the kids in the crib. We didn't know it was a weed house. And one day he started bringing this girl around. And next thing you know, they set him up. I don't know if they pistol whipped him. I think they ran him out the house with some guns. And they was taking weed plants through the alley all day, all to the nighttime. They was just taking weed plants from the alley, from the house to the alley. As soon as he brought that woman around, that was his downfall, and they hit a lick on his ass, unfortunately. So you gotta battle test people. I remember this video on the internet where a lady had a whole bunch of dogs and she was getting robbed at gunpoint with her boyfriend, whatever. She was white, he was black. And I'm just looking, the dogs saved the day because they was robbing them and they said, go in the house, go in the house, they about to clap your ass. And luckily she had 4 or 5 dogs and they jumped out on them, ran the robbers away. But one thing that a lot of people noticed, I think it was on Facebook, we noticed that how calm the boyfriend was. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you got to battle test these people out here, man. You got to battle test them. You got to battle test people you date, especially if you don't know them. It's different if you went to school with them, because then you got a better idea who they are. But hey, that's all I got, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I want to donate. Just hit the subscribe button. My Cash App Venmo is CJ Good 313. Peace.